Hey everyone, good morning. Ty Diaz here with you right now, the 9th of September, Oktoberfest. What is it? I'm glad that you didn't ask, but I'll tell you anyway. It's an autumn festival held in Munich, Germany that features drinking of beer. Yeah, it normally happens around September into October, and it's happening in Vail this weekend starting today. To learn more, stay close to us because Vail Valley Live starts right now.
It's summer
In the mountains.
It's summer in the mountains.
It's summer in the mountains. And we're out here
Living it.
living it.
Living it.
Lots to do.
lots to see.
Every morning.
Every morning,
Every morning,
At 7:30. 7:30.
it's Vail Valley Live.
it's Vail Valley Live.
Watch us now.
Watch us now.
Watch us now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Vail Valley Live. I'm Trisha Swenson, coming to you live from our studios in the Grand Hyatt, just west of Lionshead. We just saw Ty Diaz coming to you live from Lionshead. A little chilly morning. He had his fleece all zipped up to the top, but we're going to have another sunny day and a pretty warm day, but not quite as warm as what we've seen the last couple of days. A cold front came through, a little bit of sprinkles last night, depending on where you were at, cooling things down just a bit. Hopefully we won't see as much of that haze that's been in the air. That is coming from some fires in the region, not near our area, but over by Idaho, Montana, Oregon. There's a lot of fires that kind of made their way here just due to the way the weather patterns for traveling. Now, we did have a little bit of a fire that closed down Highway 24 in Redcliffe yesterday. So that was a scare. Fire crews put it out. But fire danger is on the rise just due to this high temperatures, the dry, the wind, everything. We are drying out quickly after a relatively moist summer. But we'll get to the weather in just a moment. Right now, we want to invite you to chat with us. Tell us what you're doing this weekend. Tell us where you're watching from. We had a viewer watching from Michigan this past week that won our Watch and Win. We do that every Wednesday. And we're amping up the prizes. We were just looking at our prize box and we're like, we got quite a few prizes. They're going to become bigger and better every single Wednesday. We'll be doing this through the month of September before we shut things down for the off season on October 2nd. And then we'll be coming to you live again on opening day. Vail will be opening on November 11th. And then Beaver Creek will open on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Their typical opening day. Vail, they opened early last year. They're opening early again this year, just due to that snowmaking investment they did a few years ago, right around Mid-Vail. They can get quite a few of the runs open for opening day with man-made snow. But let's talk a little bit about the weather really quick so you can find out what's going on with that. And that is brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne, Elevated Savings. Just a short drive over Vail Pass to the outlets at Silverthorne on both sides of the interstate. So check that out. If you're going to the airport, leave a little early and save when you can. Look at this. We've got our temperature right around 74 for the high today, so not in the 80s, but we could reach the 80s down valley just with the lower elevations. And then the overnight low, wow, 40 is predicted for tonight, 36 for tomorrow night. So those overnight lows getting pretty chilly, and we have a slight chance of a thunderstorm today into tonight, about a 20% chance. We saw those clouds build yesterday and looked like it could be rain, kind of scattered showers throughout the valley. And then we're going to see nice weather again for your Saturday. Sunday, looking good as well. Really no chance of rain till maybe Tuesday. And we're going to cool things down, though. You can see 70 for Saturday, 72 for Sunday. And then by Tuesday, 65. So things are starting to change. But enjoy this great weather because we've got a lot of outdoor activities that will just bode well to have great weather on that. But let's bring in Ty Diaz and see what it feels like out there and what he's seen. You know, there's sun coming up. The daylight hours are getting shorter. So each day when I wake up, it was darker and darker. Ty, what does it feel like out there?
You know, honestly, Trisha, this is the time of year that a lot of us look forward to all summer long. That's getting back into like wearing the layers.
I know.
It's comforting. You get to put something like this on, nice little fleece line on the inside next to skin. Nice day. The sun is out. Still green. It's not bitter cold. It's not significantly hot. We want to wear these layers. We want to feel held, especially in the
Yeah.
Colorado mountains. If you came here traveling alone, snuggle up with someone early in the morning or put on something snugly soft like this.
Oh, yeah.
So, how does it feel out here? Comfortable. Really nice. Temperature wise, to this bald head of mine, newly shaven, would say this about in the 50s, not picking up any wind speed. Looking at our sky conditions right now, there's not any particular moisture happening in our atmosphere or potential for the start of the morning. Pretty ideal to get out here, nice and calm. Still a little bit of haze in the atmosphere as I look more towards Golden Peak from here, but pretty ideal to, as we say, get after it on a bike ride, a run. Some are actually walking around with their pets, getting that morning cup of coffee, especially during a potential off-season window. If you could find that right now, some businesses are slowly ramping down for that little small window to sell before winter kicks in. Even a calm start as far as just looking around. I mean, you see anything stirring? Not
No.
even a church mouse. This is
Yeah.
really nice. Everything is pretty ideal. If you want Lion's Head at Vail all to yourself, this is the window that you have to do that.
You're going to find it there. All right. Well, hey, I'm wearing yellow today because it is the symbol of suicide prevention. In September, we're kicking off Suicide Prevention Week, and our local organization, Speak Up, Reach Out, they're going to be doing a honk if you're wearing yellow. They're going to be in the roundabouts bright and early this morning, so you might see that and might be like, what's going on? So that's what this is all about. And then tomorrow, they're doing their Speak Up, Reach Out, their 2022 Memorial Ceremony, and this will be 9:30 to noon out at Four Eagle Ranch. So it's a way to remember those we've lost to suicide, reflect on your own journey, and revitalize hope in our community as well. So this will be out at Four Eagle Ranch. They're going to have a keynote speaker, Barbara Rubel. She will be there as well. So just something to think about today. If you're wondering, hey, what am I going to wear? I just put some yellow on, so you can be part of this Wear Yellow Day that'll be going on. But Ty, I think there's going to be a lot of dirndl wearing, lederhosen wearing later on today. Not even that much later on. At noon today, they're starting the activities over in Lion's Head for the 3-day celebration. We have our second installment of Oktoberfest. Last week was Beaver Creek. This weekend it's Lion's Head. Next weekend it's going to be Vail Village. So town is going to come alive pretty early today.
Now, when you say later on, do you mean for short later hosen? Putting that on, getting out here by noon, and to don your dirndl. Yeah, we're looking at Oktoberfest. As soon as I pulled into this plaza area over here to Lion's Head, just to capture this view for the viewers, you can see the sign right there where it says "Welcome to Lion's Head," right by the bus stop. It says Stein Station, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Oktoberfest is going on." And for the show open, I mentioned that it's Oktoberfest. Glad you didn't ask. A lot of people know about Oktoberfest, and they're returning every year since they've learned for it. And those that don't know anything about Oktoberfest, if you ever notice the look on anyone's face when you mention, "Oh, it's Oktoberfest at Vail," and people kind of give you the look like they know what you mean, but they really don't. But it's just one of those things that to not catch anyone off guard. And when beers are involved, then we already know what else is involved. It's a party. It's a festival. Celebrating autumn. And you're wearing yellow, and we're looking for yellow right here in the mountains. And noticing behind me, Trisha, other than the sun on the mountains, the aspens are an indicator of that season change, hence this festival of many things to partake. It's to start the leaf peeping, and just noticing these leaves still pretty green.
Still really green out there right now. It's just the 9th of September. It's pretty amazing how quickly it can change. We typically say right around the 3rd weekend of September is when we might see the leaves peak. It could be a little later this year. It all depends on a lot of factors: moisture content, kind of how the condition, the health of the trees. But aspens, they're one big grove, so you'll see like patches of aspens, not just one tree here and there. It's amazing
Right.
the root systems that they share. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, so we're looking good behind you. The Eagle Bond Gondola will be open for you as well. We've gone to weekends only operations, and the weekend starts early at Vail and Lion's Head, so they are open Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 9:30, and then Beaver Creek is just Saturday and Sunday. So we just want to make sure everyone knows the drill for when they can head on up. No dogs allowed on the uphill portion of the gondola in Vail, but dogs are allowed over at Beaver Creek. There's a lot of rules that surround this, so always inquire before you go. But Ty, going back to the Oktoberfest celebration, so at 12 noon, the Average German Band will be taking the stage. Then we've got the Kidtoberfest, the Kids Zone. That'll be open from 2 to 5 today. And then Helmut Fricker and the Rhinelanders Band. Helmut, he is a busy guy these days. I know you're going to be talking to him later on in the show, but he played all throughout the weekend at Beaver Creek when it was so hot. And then he's playing several times today, tomorrow, and Sunday. The Stein lifting begins at 7. We will have the Polka Knots band, 7:30 to 9:30. They're taking the stage. So, and then things will go from noon until 10 tomorrow. 10, we're going to be noon to 10. The last band tomorrow is going to be Rewind. So this is the local band that does the kind of the 80s and the classic rock tunes. So I think that'll be fun. After everyone's kind of had the oompa music, we switch it up, and then we'll have Rebound taking the stage 7:30 to 9:30, and then we close it down at 10 p.m., which I think is probably good. I think people, hey, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, but you probably should go home, depending on how long you've been there.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. We'll close it down. Yeah, right. We'll try to close it down. You and I, we were at the Beaver Creek event on last Saturday. And the band stopped playing. They did their set, and that would have seemed like that was a wrap. But no, there's still that milling around.
Yeah.
People still talking to each other. There's still that echoing of the music and the atmosphere about us all to be here at Oktoberfest, and it's back. And Trisha Swenson, with the competitions with Oktoberfest, and especially the one in Lion's Head with the keg bowling.
Oh yeah.
Do people train for this all year long? That's what we want to know. We need to go behind the scenes to the people who have the homes that has the training course for Stein holding and for the beer brought eating contest. The table is in their garage.
I think
the keg bowling that they've built a whole set. And have you? I mean, you're not even a beer drinker, so I can't say how you would win this.
Well,
how
so
you would win Stein
so
holding.
Stein holding, you can actually practice at home. With the big liter, you got to get the bigger one. These are just the half liters, but the keg bowling. Unless you actually own all those kegs and have that roller thing, like you can't replicate that. Like I don't know. I think it's finesse. I think it's technique. Some people get a running start. But I tell you, that little dolly that it's on sometimes have a mind of its own too. You gotta go see it. If you don't know what we're talking about, the keg bowling will be happening on Saturday. So not on Friday. They're just doing the Stein competition on Friday. But the keg bowling is going to be going on. It's World Keg Bowling Championship. All right, everybody?
Yes.
So that'll be at 4 o'clock on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we're going to have that happening again at 4. So 4 both days. And this goes on until 6 p.m. on Sunday. So you still have a chance to get there. You could even do a hike or a bike ride or utilize the lifts and then roam over to Lion's Head. And there it is. Look at, so that's the keg. It's an empty keg. But it's strapped onto that little dolly thing. There, look at all the people that are competing for this. I mean, so...
Yeah.
It's...
Oh yeah, but like you worded for last week, with the beer brought eating contest, it's a free lunch. So maybe this keg, this Stein holding competition is probably a free beer.
Maybe you get the free beer. I don't know. I don't think you get to keep the Stein, but maybe you get to have the beer. But
now we're getting down to the details.
Well, so last weekend at Beaver Creek, if you started to waver and your Stein starts to go like this and it had to be at a certain angle and everything, you would go down on one knee and just start drinking your beer. So
sign me up. Go ahead and sign me up
there
for
you
that.
go.
Then.
There's your free
that
drink.
I can do.
Okay. Hey, I'll sign you up, and then that'll count as I'm buying you a drink, and then you'll owe me something later on. All right. Hey, Ty, we've got to
Sure.
get.
How about breakfast?
Okay, hey, Ty, we've got to get rolling with the show, but we've got a lot coming up. Helmut Fricker will be on the show with us today. Also with us today, we're going to be talking about the Second Friday Art Walk. This is going down in Eagle. It happens pretty much all throughout the year. They take a little break in January and February, fire it back up in March, but it is a fun time for the whole family, and they bring out the Vail Valley Art Guild as well. So we'll find out details about that. So stay tuned. And then what made headlines in your Vail Daily today? We got lots to cover. So let's get rolling.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outletsatsilverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
Are you ready for summer gardening? Here at Knapp Garden Center, we take pride in our selection of beautiful, hand-picked, perennial and annual flowers. We also carry a wide variety of delicious veggie starters, herbs, bushes, shrubs, trees, soil amendments, and so much more. Our selection is carefully chosen for our altitude, soils, and climate, and reflect the hardiness of the Rocky Mountains. Visit us today at 295 Rule Road in Eagle. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30 p.m., and weekends from 8 to 4. Knapp Garden Center has everything you need to craft your beautiful outdoor space this summer.
Flowers are fighters. That's why the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is full of them. Because flowers find a way to break through. Just like we will. Join the fight at alz.org/walk.
We are back and ready to give you your headlines for today, Friday, the 9th of September. Can you believe we're almost a third of the way done with the month? Well, we're going to get right into it today and let you know what's made the news. On the cover, water treatment. Water is purified at the Eagle Mine Treatment Facility Wednesday in Minturn. Water comes from the Belden below Gilman Dirty. It's treated at the facility and then returned clean to the Eagle River. Chemicals are added throughout the process to purify the water, and that brings us to today's headline as well. A load of local history. Tour of Eagle Mine offers a peek into the county's colorful past and a look at what's next in a living story that continues to impact the local watershed. More on this on page A2. Also in today's paper, we're talking about what's going on with sports. We have the Vail Snowcats set to debut Saturday night. This is a new hockey team that's being formed in the area. And guess who they're playing tomorrow night? They're going to debut against the Colorado Avalanche Alumni Association, who will be here this weekend, along with Bernie. You got the mascot right there. And they're going to be here to benefit the Vail Mountaineer youth hockey programs. So they have hockey clinics going on. They have meet and greets with some of the players. Stanley Cup, I don't know. It might be here. Not sure if they can get it here, but you're going to maybe be rubbing elbows with a couple of the Avalanche alumni. But check out more about the Vail Snowcats in today's paper on page 824. And then also we've got Eagle Valley sports teams in action on Thursday night. Lots of prep sports going along. So here's a quick briefing on page 827 about what's happening. And then also in today's paper, weekend picks. What are you going to do this weekend? A lot of people think, oh, I bet it slows down a lot after Labor Day. Not the case. It really doesn't slow down until maybe October. Then we got Halloween and everything else going on. But speaking of October, Oktoberfest happening in Lion's Head. We've got the Colorado Avalanche alumni coming. Underground Sound starts this weekend at the Beeve. And we've got a lot more. The Art Walk going on too. Eagle River cleanup tomorrow. So grab your paper and make your weekend plans. And we do give you a full rundown of what's going on with Underground Sound also. And then also in today's paper, check out Town Talk, Vail Live, Town Talk Youth Ski Race Training. Are you looking for a ski race training program for your 2nd through 8th grade skier? We've got it for you there. And then we've got a drive-through shred event is going on, so you can learn a little bit more about what's happening. And then Vail Live, hashtag Vail Live. Do that, and maybe you could be featured in the paper today. Your pets, your vehicles. Look at that cool vehicle. Rolling with the homies again, says cat, cow, pig, dog. All right, so grab today's paper. Also in today's paper, you're going to find the Eat magazine. If you're looking for some restaurant ideas, we have it for you. And then we bring the parade insert, and this week's topic is Linda Ronstadt. So the singer, superstar, talks about losing her voice, celebrating her Mexican heritage, and the stories behind her songs. So grab your copy of today's Vail Daily. It's free and in newspaper dispensers all throughout the Vail Valley, or you can go on vaildaily.com, get breaking news. We saw that breaking news alert yesterday with that fire near Redcliffe, which was put out, but it did close down Highway 24 for a little while. So it's always good to stay in touch with what's going on in the Vail Daily. You miss a day, you miss a lot. And it's been around for over 40 years. Traffic for us today, we're going to see traffic increasing this afternoon as people come from east to west. We'll see a lot of people coming up from Denver and a lot of people coming from DIA, the airport, just east of Denver. Now, the weather is going to be a little bit cooler in Denver. In fact, their temperatures are going to be in the 60s while we will be in the 70s. So it's not going to be as hot. So maybe they won't be escaping the heat as much. But it's always a good thing to keep in mind that the traffic does get heavy on Friday nights going westbound. And then on Sunday, everyone going home. It can be, it can be a long haul. So make sure you are aware of all that. And construction is still going on today. A lot of times they'll wrap up construction projects, sometimes around noon on Fridays because of the increased traffic, and then strike up again on Monday. So that's what we know as far as the traffic is concerned. But let's bring in Ty and find out where he is right now and see what's going on in Lion's Head. Looks like a beautiful morning out there. A little cool out there as well. Ty, what do we have going on?
So I am here in Lion's Head. I had to go back over to the Arabelle and grab a cup of coffee. My 2nd cup of coffee for the day. No, I'm not throwing them back. I'm not throwing the coffees back like that. I am throwing them down to the ground, though, as I reposition myself on these tables and these different locations, trying to find the perfect shot. Like now, for this pop-up, knocked over an entire perfectly good cup of coffee.
Oh.
So now it's round 2.
Okay, so you're not having your 2nd.
But the staff's already here, Trisha. That's what I'm finding this morning here at Lion's Head. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's an early start to the morning. We know that we're weekends only. Things kick off about 9:30 over here, but the staff's already here inside of the Gondola building here, getting ramped up. We have staff just kind of like setting the lay of the land, and they look really eager and excited to be here as well, noticing some tricks being performed on one of those kick and go scooter things out here, smiles on their faces. Maybe because it's the weekend. I don't know.
Maybe.
But people are really, really happy to be here this morning and for an early start. And when I mean people, I mean the Vail Resort staff here at the Eagle Bond Gondola. They're very happy and proud to be here.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? The skies look a bit clearer. You know, we had that smoke that was in the air earlier in the week. So behind you, it looks very clear, very crisp and blue. And I just love this time of year because the sun gets a little bit lower in the southern sky. I know our daylight hours get a little short. Leah and I were talking. Leah's producing today. And we both took bike rides last night. And I almost got caught the night before in the dark. She basically did get caught. She was on her mountain bike. I was on my road bike.
Ooh.
Wow. You know, and this is the time where, sometimes I remember when night biking was really popular, and you'd get the bike light and you get the battery pack, and everyone was just, you could see all these little lights come down the mountain bike trails a couple years ago. But we are getting our shorter daylight hours, so you can't really do what you're going to do and expect to get back without maybe having a hard time seeing where you're going.
Night biking it's kind of cool, especially living in the heart of Avon because of how it's laid out as a town versus Vail, which is kind of like an amusement park in a sense that that you could in Avon you could do a nice little night biking crew
Yeah.
and hit the different stops so you could find karaoke or like live music or just trivia and go through the park but you're absorbing town as well. And it's night evening biking is cool. You have your spelunking light on, your hat, and just kind of tool around town.
Yeah.
People need to bring that back. I agree with you, though that's not a statement that you're making, but it's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah. Well, and Ty, when I was coming down from Bachelor Gulch, I went up to the top, kind of on the Ritz-Carlton hotel side, up to those houses up there. I was coming down, and right when you get to that roundabout where the landing lift is there and the Beaver Creek Sports and everything, you have this perfect view of the lake, and the lighting was so beautiful, and there was people still out on paddle boats. I saw a few paddle boarders out there, and you just have this little bird's eye view of this lake, and that is such a wonderful amenity for the town of Avon. It's a little hard to find parking, so kind of plan ahead with that, but that could be something you could do earlier on in the day. That nice walking path around there, that's nice if you're not used to the altitude. It's not too strenuous, but yeah, Avon Lake, just a beautiful place to go if you're looking to kill some time today on this Friday.
Probably me.
Probably you. I'm Tom Corrigan.
Oh yeah.
Mountaineer.
Oh, there's
Yes.
Tom.
I didn't know if you could.
Okay, wait.
Oh, Trisha.
Tommy.
There's Tom.
Hey, Tom. He's going to talk about the
Trisha,
Vail.
how you doing?
Hey, good. We're talking about the Avalanche alumni and the Vail Mountaineer hockey weekend. This is
Here it
big
is, yep.
news. Yes. Okay, perfect.
I'm meeting Tom for the very first time. Maybe we
Yeah.
should just go ahead and do his segment right now. Why don't you guys go ahead and get into it?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. We're
Okay.
excited for the weekend.
I know, we're excited. So this is the 4th annual Avalanche Alumni Weekend and a big fundraiser for youth hockey throughout Eagle County. And Tom, first of all, why is that so important? I mean, I know hockey, it's pretty equipment intensive, a lot of travel. So this kind of helps offset the costs, right?
You're exactly right. This is for the Vail Mountaineer Hockey Club. It's our biggest fundraiser. Yeah, hockey, there's a lot of stuff that goes along with it, volunteers, parents, everything. And this fundraiser this weekend is a huge help for us. So it's awesome.
Okay. Yeah. And we're bringing in some players that are pretty big names. In fact, one of them lives here, is a full-time resident here, which is nice to have that connection.
Yeah, that's the great connection. That really helps make this thing happen. That's our very own John Michael Lyles. He'll be here. Pierre Turgeon. If you don't know that name, you should look up his stats. Jan Stasny will be here. Kyle Quincy, Peter Budai. These guys are awesome former NHL hockey players, and they're going to be in town, accessible, on the ice. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. So now the clinics and everything start tomorrow. I know those are sold out. Those are for the kids tomorrow afternoon.
Correct. Yep. Yep.
And then the meet and greet, we can see some of the players. Maybe the mascot's
Yep.
going to be there too. Take some photos, autographs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's all happening at Gray Salt tomorrow, and that's for everybody. Yeah, like you mentioned, the clinics are full, but those are a ton of fun for the kids. They'll be on the ice with the players. But yeah, Gray Salt, one of the many local sponsors that helps put this on, so it's great.
Okay. And then tell us about the game tomorrow night. You know, in today's newspaper, it talked about Vail Snowcats making their debut. I mean, what a way to make their debut. They're playing the Avalanche alumni.
Yeah, that is true. They are good, but they will have their hands full. These guys are the real deal. So yeah, the game's tomorrow night, 7:00. It's a ton of fun. Terry Armistead, our local rock and roller, she'll be singing the national anthem.
Oh,
yep. There is a relay race with a bunch of kids in between the first intermission. In the second intermission, you've got a chuck-a-puck where you can win $500. It's really fun. Anyone can win. There's no skill involved. And then the game itself. I mean, you can't say it enough. These guys are former NHL hockey players, and they're really good. And then it's great to have the Snowcats out there with them. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Now back to the fundraiser part, if you don't mind me interjecting here. For anyone that make it to the game, if they care to donate, there's a way to do that.
That's correct. Yep. Bid Pal, and that's on the screen there. You can also go to the Vail Mountaineer Hockey Club website, and that'll take you right to it. But there's silent auction stuff. We got to talk about that if you have a second.
Go for it.
So you can bid on a jersey signed by every player that was on the Avs Stanley Cup team this year, which is amazing. You can actually bid on a hut trip. With 8 people, you can go, and some Avalanche alumni will do a night at the hut with you. So these guys are right there. They're involved. They're helping out, and it's really cool.
So, Tricia, what's interesting is Tom literally was riding up on his bike looking for the connection that he's supposed to meet out here for Vail Valley Live. So this segment is happening like in the moment. Tom, my name is Ty Diaz.
Hey, Tom Gordon.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice
hey,
to meet you.
how about you get on the show or something?
Yeah, here we are.
Tell us who you are sometime.
Yeah,
That's pretty much. This is happening as it is. I haven't even had a chance to pre-screen for this segment.
I know.
This is live TV.
I'm
right?
just live TV. So
Well, you know what? See, I
awesome.
talked to Trista. So Trista Sutter is the fundraising director. We were all on the phone with Lee, and she's like, "I'll get Tom on." So yes. So we and Tom, you've been a long time local. Are you still ski patrol as well?
Oh,
I am not. I've taken 4 years off the ski patrol. So yeah, I did that for a long time. My wife still does it, and God bless Trista, by the way. I want to give her a shout out for this. She puts this weekend together, and it's awesome. And yeah, it's great. We love Trista.
For the last 4 years, and you had to kind of not really do the 2021 because of COVID, but it's amazing the money that you've been able to raise in the last 4 years, especially with a great connection with the Avalanche alumni, and how amazing. And you played hockey growing up. Did you ever get to play with heroes or do the clinics with the heroes?
I've been fortunate to play with some pretty good hockey players. I still do play a little bit, and I'm friends with John Michael Lyles, so that helps out. But you are right. This event is so cool, and it's such a local thing. We got so many local sponsors that help us. This year, our presenting sponsor is Frontgate Avon, and without all these local businesses and coming together, it wouldn't happen. It makes a big difference for the hockey community. So it's really neat.
you think about Vail and really put hockey together with it, though we have the Dobson Ice Arena and Vail has a team. I mean, people are learning about this.
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe if you would mind doing these viewers a favor and invite them to the game right now.
Yep, you got to come to the game. It is a real deal hockey game, and Vail, Colorado, believe it or not, is a hockey town. It's a ski town, but it is a hockey town, and the program's growing. And if you have any interest in hockey at all, or if you're just getting into it, you want to know about it, this is a great introduction, and it's a ton of fun.
And for this particular event, when, where, and what time?
So the game, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The virtual auction is still going. That goes on until tomorrow night at midnight. Gray Salt tomorrow. The main stuff happens tomorrow. Tomorrow throughout the day, the clinics. But yeah, the game. If you got to do one thing, do the game. 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
All right, very good, Tom. I thank you very much for coming on to the show. Tricia Swenson, any more questions?
Oh man, but these auction items look great. The hut trip, like you mentioned, the jersey. So once again, it's going to end at basically midnight, 11:59 tomorrow. And then Gray Salt thing, going to be so cool if you can't make it to the game. But Ty, I think that sounds like a great afternoon. You go to Lionset in the afternoon for some Oktoberfest. Doors open at 6. And we're going to have Terry Armstead singing the national anthem, getting everyone ready. We might see some dirndls and lederhosen at the game. All right? That could be a first.
And if I make it to the game, you'll find me with the best seat in the house right next to the glass.
Oh, and then the announcer, too. Who's going to be calling the game, Tom?
Ooh.
Oh, Mike Mosier of the voice of the Colorado Avs.
Yeah.
Yep, he's on Altitude Network, and you recognize his voice, and he'll be here too.
Okay. Wow. It sounds like the hottest ticket in town, which you can get. You can get your tickets in advance, or so go to the website Vail Mountaineer, and then we'll figure it all out. And you can check out those items for the auction as well. Tom, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate everything you're doing for youth hockey, and
Tom, nice
that.
to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thanks so much. Glad that worked out.
Okay,
Thanks.
perfect. All right, thanks,
Now
you
back to you.
guys. Okay, all right, perfect. So Tom Corrigan with the Vail Mountaineer hockey, the youth hockey programs here, and big weekend for them, big fundraising weekend. So take part either just through the silent auction if you can't be here, or go to that game tomorrow at 7 p.m. Get there at 6, get a good spot, and then the meet and greet at Gray Salt, which goes from 12 to about 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock, but I'd probably get there by 2:30 to make sure you can get a hold of these players because they've got a busy schedule. And this is the Avalanche Alumni Association from the Colorado Avalanche hockey team. We'll be right back. We've got more Vail Valley Live coming up.
Life is brimming with miles and miles of possibility. So gear up. Explore the world how you see fit. The right tires will show you that the experiences you make are the ones you take with you.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. There are times I wonder, why can't I wear white after Labor Day?
Something on your mind? On it, Twizzlers.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Liv Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact your Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. If you're just joining us, I want to give you a look at the weather so you can plan your day, plan your weekend. It's going to be a little bit cooler today. Right now we're at 53, which has been very typical for the mornings, but we'll only reach into the 70s today, mid 70s, not the mid 80s like we have been all week. It'll be warmer down valley as well. It's going to be cooler in Denver also, even lower temperatures than what we're seeing. They're going to be in the 60s today. So a welcome relief to what the triple digits that they've been seeing lately. Overnight lows down to the 40s, even the 30s. Look at that. 36 Sunday, 39 for Monday. And then we'll bounce back into the 70s. So quite a wide range of temperatures throughout the day. Middle of the day is when it's going to be the hottest, but then it cools down. That sun gets just a little bit in the sky and it cools down. Open up the windows and you'll be good to go. But for any activity that's outdoors, it's going to be perfect weather. And by Tuesday, we could see a shower and overcast throughout the day and lower temperatures right around the mid 60s. So that's September for you. We're going to have plenty of sunshine, but a chance of a shower probably by next week. But let's check in with what's going on down in Eagle, because they're going to have perfect weather for the Eagle Arts Art Walk. It's a monthly event that happens about 10 months out of the year, except for January and February. So we're excited to have that be such a popular offering. It's called the Second Friday Art Walk because it happens on the second Friday of each month. And joining us now, I think we got Tara on the line, right? Okay. Oh yeah, Tara and Jennifer, come on in, ladies. Hello. I'm glad we can see your art exhibit here. Oh wait, I can't hear you. Can we hear her? Wait, talk a little bit more. Can you talk? Okay, maybe they need to refresh. All right, we'll see if we can get them to refresh. But this art walk has become such a popular offering on Fridays, the second Friday of each month. And a lot of cities will do this. They might call it First Fridays. These guys do it the second Fridays. And they really get all the different businesses involved. And they even block off Broadway so they can bring tents and food trucks and vendors out to the streets when we do have the beautiful Colorado weather that we typically see. Even in March, they'll sometimes have, the outdoor elements out there. There's also entertainment. We've got live music. So it just makes for a nice evening, a nice way to kick off your your weekend as well. Maybe stop by and go to one of the restaurants that's adjacent to that area, and let's see. We'll see if we can do it again. Okay, can we bring them in? Okay, cool. Oh, I can hear you now. Okay, good morning, everybody. How are you, ladies? Okay, great to have you here. And I was just explaining to people kind of how this works and how it's really become kind of this second Friday of the month tradition. How many years have you been doing this now?
We started this in November of 2018. So, we're going in, this has been our fourth summer putting these on. So, but we do it just about every month. And like you said, we black out in January because everybody's pretty burnt out after the holidays. But then in February, we actually do a murder mystery event, which is part of Eagle Arts and Art Walk. But Jennifer Filipowski here has been our ringleader on getting the murder mystery going. And that's a tradition that people just really, really love. So that's pretty exciting to do for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so we can't wait for that to come in February.
Yeah.
And you know what? And even during the pandemic, you guys did such a good job of supporting the local artists. That was so hard on some of these people that really rely on these events to sustain them. So it's just a kudos to you for you started in late 2018. Then you made the pandemic. So it's just really neat to see the way this has grown and the way that the community has really embraced this, and even just definitely blocking off Broadway. The town is helping you do this. This is bringing in people from other communities, and then the locals that live right there, they love it as just a neighborhood thing that they can ride their bike to.
Absolutely.
We also, so the town has been fantastic in support of helping us get it done. And during 2020, we were able to continue to have artwork because we had it all outside. But the popularity has grown so much. We were also blessed with grant funding from Colorado Creative Industries and the National Endowment for the Arts too. So we've been growing and we're excited about it, and we're happy to keep doing it to support the artists.
And you know what?
And the businesses involved.
Yes, and you could make an evening out of it. I always say, hey, do a girls' night or a date night or a little family night, and we've got the food. Food trucks will be there as well as the adjacent restaurants, and then we also have some entertainment. Tell us about what's going to be going on. A little chainsaw, a little acrobatics. Not quite what you expect on your Friday night.
Yeah, so we incorporate performance artists also into our art walks. So we have different entertainers that join us from month to month, and so tonight we'll have music by Joe Hanley, and we have the aerial acrobatic artists from Play and Minturn. So we'll have the trapeze thing going on out there, and they have their aerial silks and their hula hoop things that they get up there and they do their awesome spinny acrobatic tricks, and it's pretty impressive. They pull that out right onto the street, and And they have great music, and it's really entertaining. These girls are very athletic and really impressive to watch. So.
Yeah, and we'll also have for some activities for the kids. We have the climbing gym from Eagle Climbing and Fitness that's going to be here, and Patterns of Joy Sewing will be letting kids create their own backpacks, make their own backpacks, sew them, and then we also have another. One of our vendors, Eagle Vineyard Church, is going to be doing some kids' activities out of their booth as well. So lots of fun for the whole family.
Yeah, and I know that on your Facebook page, you're highlighting the stunning photography of Steve Taylor. Is that what I'm hearing? He's back in downtown Eagle?
Yeah. So he'll have a booth. He'll have a booth right out on Broadway, but he's also going to be having an inside solo space right next to his booth at Mountain Lifestyle Properties real estate office at 217 Broadway. So, and then his work will be able to be seen during workday hours, weekday normal hours at Dave Newdell's office. Pretty much any time over the next month here, you'll be able to stroll by and take a look at his really stunning, beautiful photography. It's mostly, Colorado landscapes and, fall leaves and beautiful, beautiful work. So we're excited to have him back.
We also have art that we have in other businesses along Broadway throughout the month to see as well. For instance, Painter Sudi Kick is at Rome, and we also have Lupita Flores over at Nurture Body and Nurture Body and Skin. So, yeah.
And then
we have solo shows and then group shows. So Art Space Workshop, where we are right now, and we're up for Best Vail Valley. So for the fourth time. So please vote. We appreciate your vote.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So we have 17 artists here that we show, and that can sign here. And so there's all sorts of pottery and jewelry and paintings and woodwork and all sorts of wonderful things here at Art Space. And then the Vail Valley Art Guild is doing a show tonight called River's Edge. And so all the paintings and photography will be themed in, landscape scenes that will be along rivers and creeks, mostly I would imagine in Colorado, since most of the artists are local. So that'll be really wonderful to see. And they're right on 2nd Street around the corner here. And that'll be a great show.
Okay. Well, I love it. I love how you collaborate with the Vail Valley Art Guild and bring in the special artists and just to have the art and the businesses. I mean, it's such a great reciprocal relationship. And it is. The Art Walk is going to be the place to be. So we've got that this Friday. But if we can't make it this Friday, you have a couple more Fridays, October, November, December. Give us a quick preview of what we can expect with those.
Yeah, so we do Art Walk just about every month, as you said, except January and February, where we mix it up a bit. But most months of the year, what we do is we have all of our host businesses along Broadway and our artists who, during our closed streets events or on the street, we have them located inside businesses so that you can go stroll around, check out both the business and the artist inside the business. And we do still have food trucks those evenings as well.
And live music.
And then we're hoping, fingers crossed, that in November, the Battle Mountain High School Drumline will actually be performing as well. So, and then during December, our Art Walk typically overlaps with Wasselfest that the Eagle County Chamber or the Town of Eagle Chamber of Commerce puts on. So you can go around, stroll, taste everybody's wassail, and check out some great art at all of the other businesses while you're doing it.
Okay, well, I've got your Facebook page up. That's a good source. Any other good source of Instagram we can follow you to keep track of things?
We try to keep our website up to date pretty good. That's eaglearts.org. And yeah, you can always pop into Art Space just about any time. We're usually here, and we have a new helper on staff, so we're excited to have her. And we love to chat with people and tell them about what we're doing, and for people to come in and check out all the unique art and gifts that we have to offer here at Art Space. And
Okay, well, I wrote about it in my picks this weekend as well, and then
Yay! Thanks, Trisha.
don't
Thank
forget,
you.
the voting is happening now. So, Art Space is in
Vote
the
for
art
me
gallery.
too.
Okay,
And,
ladies,
and Art Walk for
Yeah,
family activity.
yeah, family activity. Okay, so lots of reasons to vote. Okay, well, ladies, we got to run. We got to go find Helmut Fricker. We got Oktoberfest happening.
Yay, Helmut.
We love him too.
Oh, I know. Okay, thanks so much for what you're doing for our
Thank you.
community.
See you
and
this
promote
Thanks for
artists.
having
Thank
us.
you.
Okay,
Bye.
perfect. So Tara and Jennifer with the Second Friday Eagle Art Walk going on tonight from 5 until 9. Just such a fun community event and just a great way to showcase the artists and celebrate art, even the performing arts, chainsaw art, as well as acrobatic arts today down in Eagle on Broadway. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to check in with Beaver Creek right now. And speaking of art, what about the Tony Newland Gallery? What do you know about it? Here's more.
Hey there, we are here at the Tony Newland Gallery right across from the ice skating rink in Beaver Creek. And there's some pretty spectacular photography in here, so let's go check it out.
Experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
To find a cure for osteoarthritis, why not look to the body's own power to heal? At the Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute, we're working with the National Institutes of Health to conduct a clinical trial treating osteoarthritis of the knee. To learn how you can participate in this clinical trial, call or visit our website today. The Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute. The future of orthopedic medicine is here.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Grand Hyatt Vail, Hyatt's newest luxury resort in Vail.
All right, I want to thank the Grand Hyatt Vail for hosting our show. We're in the property here over just west of Lionshead. And right now, a little tip for you. If you go to the Yoshimi pop-up restaurant that's right here, mention this ad and you get 25% off. So that's great. They got the Sapporo on tap. They got the handmade nigiri. So stop by. We got to go there about a week and a half ago. It was delicious. We pretty much ordered everything on the menu, right, Leah? And it was all good. So and order the special. The special is always good too. But let's get to the weather right now. We're seeing cool temperatures this morning. We're 53 right now. We're gonna jump into the 70s later on today. So cooler than what it's been. And then we will see temperatures even cooler in Denver today than what they are here, which is a little strange, but it's just the way the weather patterns have panned out. Overnight lows back down into the 40s. By tomorrow night, wow, it could dip into the 30s for your overnight low. And then the extended forecast looks like this. Nice, cool, and comfortable temperatures. Not as hot as what it's been. And then by Tuesday, they're predicting maybe a possible shower. So looks like we're going to have great weather for all the outdoor activities, including Oktoberfest. And we've all got our steins. There's different steins you can purchase in advance of this. But let's bring it out to Ty Diaz because he is standing by with the man of the hour, the man of the month, pretty much.
Oh, yes, Trisha Swenson. As you can hear and tell, the stage and the atmosphere is set. The location where it's all going to happen later, Hosen on today, Dirndl's included. We're talking about Oktoberfest, and even talking with the staff here that has set the stage, they're like, wait, what's going on and how long? And so you're probably wondering the same thing too. I have one of the many features of Oktoberfest here with me, the man himself, Helmut Fricker, and his wife, but not without some special effects. We're looking at the Alpenhorn here as well. So give me a second to go bring Helmut Fricker on because his wife lets me know that he's hard of hearing, but he says he has selective hearing.
Oh, I know. Hello, Charlotte. Great to have you on as well. The dynamic duo. I know you guys were both so busy last week at Oktoberfest in Beaver Creek. This is amazing. I call it Helmut Fricker season because it's definitely your season to shine.
I couldn't understand everything.
He couldn't understand everything. This is the selective hearing. So, again, Trisha's really excited. She calls this Helmut Fricker season.
That's right.
Oktoberfest. What exactly does that mean to people learning about Oktoberfest and Helmut Fricker season? Helmut Fricker and his wife, by the way.
Charlotte.
Well, Oktoberfest started as actually a Vail, what's called the Vail Fest. In 1971, I put it together. We played at Golden Peak, no tent, a few chairs. And about maybe 150 people. That was the first Oktoberfest.
It's just a handful of people, but it certainly have grown since that, even to be extended for multiple weekends in a row. What are some of the features that goes with Oktoberfest, and why are we celebrating it?
Celebrating the wedding of Prince King Ludwig's daughter in 1810 in Munich at the big, what they call the Wiesn, which is a big meadow. And he invited all the folks, and they go every year, and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now they have 6 million people at the Oktoberfest in Munich over 3 weeks.
How many brats and beers would that actually amount to by the time it's over?
I know one thing. It's about 2 million chickens, 2 million chickens, and a big cow or ox on the spit, 6 of them, big life-size cows.
Life-size cows.
Yeah, life-size.
And so with that, there's a lot of music involved, and that's what you do. You have a band as well. And what's the sound that we're picking up with?
Well, you know, the real stuff is chime bells ringing in the yellow, sing my little lovebird, on the summer night. That's our toast song. everybody lift their steins and go sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it. I'm großig, der Gemüse. Ein Prosi, der Gemüse. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, zicke, zacke, hoi, hoi, hoi. Zicke, zacke, hoi, hoi, hoi. That means 1, 2, 3, down the hatch. The more you drink, the better we sound. So,
There's probably something to agree with that. And speaking of the sound, this sound and style of music is called
Bavarian music.
Bavarian music. And then there's the outfits that goes on with Oktoberfest, and you're wearing it as a regular attire.
Of course.
So let's take a look at you. You're wearing the
real
Lederhosen.
The lady, she was the dirndl too.
Okay, very good. And so, be sure to make your way out to Lines. And as you can see, it's going to be live. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it is featuring Helmut Fricker and the band right here in Lines Head. And we thank you very much for coming on the show. Maybe you'd like to invite everyone out. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Any questions really quick?
Oh, man. Well, the gang will be all there. And then have them tell us about the Alpenhorn.
The Alpenhorn. She wants to know about the Alpenhorn.
You want to know the Alpenhorn?
Oh, and that's this instrument right down the middle here that we've seen pretty much along. Lines Head.
It's really called the Texas Longhorn.
It's the Texas Longhorn, he says.
Okay, I do warm up for this afternoon.
Bravo. Amazing. Well, we're so excited.
Thank you very much. All right, Trisha Swenson, thank you very much for being on the show. You can catch Oktoberfest, kicks off noon today here in Lines Head at Vail proper all weekend long. Now back to you, Trisha Swenson.
Okay, perfect. And you know what? You can see Helmut Fricker, Charlotte, his wife, and the Rhinelander Band. They're going to be playing all throughout the weekend. So for more on the schedule, how you can get your steins in advance, do you want a full liter? Do you want a half liter? Do you want glass? Do you want ceramic? You can order that in advance. Your first beer is free. You pick it up at the Stein station that Ty saw as he was walking in today. All that can be found on Oktoberfestvail.com. This weekend, it's Lion's Head. Next weekend, it's Vail. It's a ton of fun, and it's just a celebration, like you mentioned, celebration of a big celebration back in Munich in 1810. But wear your dirndl, your lederhosen, or just something festive. It's a great time. And sign up for the contest. We have the Stein hoisting contest. We also have the keg bowling. It's going to be wonderful. So 12 noon today, in just a few hours, is when that's going to kick off. That about wraps us up for today's show, Leah. We had a full schedule of things to talk about. Vail Mountaineer Hockey, don't forget their youth program fundraiser with the Avalanche alumni tomorrow. Gray Salt, 12 to about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. Meet and greet with some of the players, the alumni players, and then they're going to be playing the new Vail Valley hockey team, the Vail Snowcats, tomorrow night. 7 p.m. is when the puck drops, and then we'll have the doors open at 6. So a lot of things throughout the weekend. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, Vail Valley Live will be with you again at 7 in the morning. I want to just see, Leah, do we have any chat we're going to let you know about? Want to let you know with the weather real quick. We're just going to see that kind of be cooler today, which would be very nice. And so we're happy to see those cooler temperatures returning. So and in Denver, it's going to be quite cooler as well. So maybe we won't see as much traffic coming up because of just people just being happy that it's not as crazy down there. All right, there we go. There's your show for the day. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's summer
In the mountains.
It's summer in the mountains.
It's summer in the mountains.
And we're out here
Living it.
Living it.
Living it.
Lots to do.
lots to see.
Every morning.
Every morning.
Every morning at 7:30. 7:30.
It's Vail Valley Live.
It's Vail Valley Live.
Watch us now.
Watch us now.
Watch us now.